this way and then bust it right.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Avant-Garde Jazz. We just ran through Rasan Roland Kirk's album Prepare Thyself for a Miracle. Man, that shit is vibes, man. From track 1 to track 4, man. Rasan Roland Kirk, Prepare Thyself for a Miracle. You can vibe to it off YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you stream music at. But it's a must listen, especially going into this 2021. And we referencing frequency and vibration and source energy as a rule going into 2021, because we want to go into our 2021 as a speed bump rather than an immovable mountain of difficulties and things of that nature. So this message is centered in pertaining to Law of Attraction and how a Law of Attraction relates to you in your everyday existence. Moving forward, this is a necessity. It's downright determined for everything you experience in your life is to understand the Law of Attraction. Now, 2012 is 2020. So generally, the things that was happening in 2012 are the things that are going to happen now. But even more so, I think even before 2012, around like when I got wind of it, it was 2007. It could have came out before 2007, but it was a book called Rhonda Byrne's called The Secret. And within The Secret, it was referencing an energy such as Law of Attraction. Now, at the time of 2007, the concept of just simply wanting to attract something in your life and focusing on it or whatever you did, you could actually manifest a different reality. Now, the thought within itself was just a mere seed. It was much more of a sign of things to come. However, when you reference seeds, we are now living in a full rainforest of Law of Attraction. So I bring this to the collective to digest, to chew on, or however to dismiss it, however they want to feel about this information. But the reality of all of us today, and as long as you listen to this message, if you actively can listen to this message, that means without a shadow of a doubt, you are source energy. And if you are source energy, that is what you need to reflect on as a primary energy. Because once again, we are creating a mere speed bump when a lot of people are dealing with a mere mountain. Because the reality is that it's people on the live and people who will listen to this post live that'll hear it, go in one ear and go out the other. Because source energy is present. Source energy is real. Source energy is tangible. Soul is not just a movie. You have a soul. And these things come with particular caveats and particular realization. So shout out to my Scorpios and Sagittariuses out there. Law of Attraction. Now, when we reference Law of Attraction and the amazing capabilities of Law of Attraction, what Rhonda Byrne forgot to tell us in 2007 is that we do the fucking shit anyways. We just do it in a negative way because we don't understand the law. So when you break the law, you get violated. And when you reference violation, you got to go straight with the Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. I mean, you got to deal with the deep emotions and the deep passions, and you got to stop there. Because if you start talking about other shit, you're going to get lost. Because now she looked good. Now the money was good. Now the food was good. Now, you know, what you thought. how you imagined it to be. No, fuck all that. Deep emotional truth, sincere passion is source energy. All this other fuckity-fuckery, lazy, nonchalant, building sandcastles in the midst of a fucking tsunami is not going to save you. However, when you understand the law of attraction, you understand that it's a simple process. It's not what the fuck you think it is, Rhonda Byrne. They lied to you in 2007 because simply the secret is simply in the etymology of the fucking word. It's a medical term for bringing out the toxins of the fucking body. 2021. Because let's not be confused by these agents to put goddamn stars all over the place and act like it's some magic, or act like it's an enemy, or act like it's a outside agent that's going to disrupt your law of attraction when you're observing and absorbing bullshit on the reg. I mean, bullshit sex, bullshit food, bullshit entertainment, bullshit music, and then trying to digest law of attraction. It ain't gonna work. Okay. He getting somewhere. He getting to where he gotta go. See me, I'm not in a rush. So the medical term of attraction is bringing the toxins out of your body. Now, how do you do that? Shout out to my Scorpio. Shout out to my Sagittarius. It's a hard S. Water. That's the fucking secret. That's the law of attraction 2021. Trust me. You're going to make it a whole hard on yourself getting outside of the elements, get inside of the basic foundations, right? Oh, Supreme Lord Master, Grand Master Templar, Executor, creator of this man-made sandcastle in the middle of a tsunami. This is going to be my salvation. And my diet and the food intake, hell, that doesn't matter. For if I follow your wise words and your wise teachings, and I heard a nigga, I was just scrolling on YouTube today. It was the end of his video. He said, man, you gotta start listening to old lectures. I say, what? What? What is that gonna do? We here now. What can we do now? Who is the lecturer now? What does these words, who's the truth now? We can't always rely on these old people to tell us stuff all the time. And trust me, I use sources to make you comfortable. Really, I don't need the shit. I got my ancestors and my guide giving me the 411, but that's just how I get down, you know what I mean? They'll tell me some books and shit to throw at y'all to be like, all right, they satisfied with that. But the reality is that, man, we all is out this bitch source energy. So before we get to, we black, and now we deal with we Egyptian, and then we deal with we Atlantean, and what's after Atlantean? We primordial, and what's after primordial? I don't know. I ain't read that in the book, so you tell me. Source is the primordial point of creation. So when you reference law of attraction, you're referencing a disruption between you and fucking source. So that's why. So we don't get. So as I was narrating this conversation in my mind, source was giving me an analogy to explain the deviation of humanity within our actual spiritual practice. And the analogy was a remote, to which in our human mind we may rely on that remote control to change the channel, but the reality is, first, we looking at a stupid ass TV, and secondly, we too lazy to walk fucking 3 feet from the couch to change the channel, which, if we never had the remote, we never even gave a fuck about it. It never even crossed our mind to, damn, I wish I had a remote. To the same way we never think to have a remote to go piss or have a long distance piss tube because we that fucking lazy. Generally, we get our ass up and we get things done that we need to get done. So what technology does, and it's very subtle, and then we're utilizing technology now, and it's a beautiful thing. However, it also, this isn't the real shit. We really should be together having this conversation, building, and then after we build, have a feast, and then the men go hunting and the women, discuss, go hunting with us. Fuck, you feel me? Like, we really should be together. This really some weird shit when you really think about it, but I digress. Damn, it's super weird, but let me try to get back on track. Because that's some weird ass shit that we're conversing and building online. And when it comes to the fact of let's collab on some real shit, well, that's going to go against some codes and bylaws and things of that nature. So you got to be a real revolutionary to work with your brother. You got to take a real risk to work with your brother and sister. However, I got that shit covered. I ain't really worried about it. But back to the topic. The medical etymology of attraction is to remove the toxins out of the body, because previous medical terminology and permutations was actually smarter because they did less. Now, this new future remote control medical, where they're like super invasive, super let us tube you up, let us give you every single pill, let us do all of this shit, is actually making you weaker and less in tune with the body. Because when you reference the body is magnanimously fucking amazing, but the body within itself isn't the bee's knees, because the body has a source, to which when you reference Law of Attraction, you're referencing that. You're not referencing the body per se. However, when you reference the body, then you get into all different types of weird shit like men, women, black, white, Chinese, Mexican, mommy, daddy, son, daughter, uncle, aunt, and all of these particular things that, well, I'm a young person, so I don't do that. I'm a white person, so I don't do that. And all of these particular thoughts and references. However, when you deal with source, those things simply wash away. So as we move into 2021, you will see a lot of what's already been implanted in the psyche of 2020. It's just going to be ramped up and ratcheted up, because generally it's like they're like really weird with this shit. I'll throw one weird tidbit in there. It's not the fact that MF Doom died on Halloween. It's the fact that they're just now saying it on this actual date, and you reference like days as portals. And I always say, energetically, you have to be a master of your emotions. And if you are not a master of your emotions, you're subject to any mind game play. And of course, people are gonna be like, who's MF Doom? And it ain't always about what you know. It's generally because we live in this world that frequency and vibration is the fact that we're always connected. So part of my personal mission that I don't get no recognition for is reversing rituals. I reverse rituals for all of us, because when you reference a ritual, you're referencing a stereotype of source energy. And when you reference source energy, there is no real expression to it. It is magnanimous. It is the actual power to the body, power to the experience, the creator of the experience. And this is what you are. So when we reference life and all of its experiences moving into 2021, if your source is what it is and you want to do a fucking vacation every month, so be it. If you want to fuck with 10 dudes in a day, so be it. If you want to start doing porn, so be it. If y'all want to start doing couple porn, so be it. If y'all want to just, whatever. It's like whatever. Because generally, I just threw out some wild shit, and maybe I'm shadow projected, but, maybe you want to open up a gallery. Maybe you want to... It's so many things. But this is why we are here. So we can actually co-create. And we don't always have to co-create with these knuckles. The best co-creator, believe it or not, is source energy. Your source. And how do I know you have a source? Because your heart is beating. Okay, how is your heart is beating? I dare you to answer that question. And the thing about source energy, you can't even fucking unplug it. It's constantly available. It's constantly there. So generally, the speed bump that I reference is our inability to understand that we are fucking source. We're not fucking black. We're not fucking white. We're not fucking in love. We're not a couple. We're not in a relationship. We're not married. We don't live in a city. We're not fucking dead. We're not alive. We're nothing. We're source. Whatever fucking happens to us, we will be. That's the greatest secret and the greatest mystery that you'll ever hear in your fucking life, that nobody can ever take you off or take you out. Because before you existed, you existed. And after you exist, you will exist. Maybe not in this body. However, the age of Aquarius is ultimately tied to Uranus, the planet of awakenings. And what the fuck do you awaken to? What is the real secret? And if a person is trying to, get his penis enlarged or get their ass fat, you don't need consciousness for that. If you're trying to get your penis wet, if you're trying to get your vagina stroked, you don't need consciousness for that. If you're trying to make some money, you don't need consciousness for that. If you want to go on a vacation, you don't need consciousness. If you have any existential need for the shit that I'm on, you're gonna miss the point. The purpose of consciousness, the purpose of spiritual development is to deal with your immortal fucking self. And the results of that is everything you fucking want. And if you feel like, okay, I don't have everything that I want. Well, you'll never have everything that you want, because it's the actual pursuit of, my nigga. It's never the destination. It's always the journey. However, the ride that I'm trying to get you in is a goddamn Lamborghini SUV. I mean, sporty and comfortable with the driver, and the driver's a cool nigga, so whenever you want to drive, he can roll the blunts for you and just pass the blunts to you as you drive. You understand? And it's just the perfect driving companion. The best car ever. If you got all your homies with you, your kids with you, it can fit 100 people in there. I'm just talking about imagination. So this is another point of contention. The world requires your imagination because the world requires your concentration, and it requires your attention. But concentration and attention without imagination is boring and uninteresting, and the world is implicated and inundated with ADHD. I mean, I suffer from it. I be everywhere and everywhere. I ain't gonna lie. However, in order to succeed and in order to thrive, I've noticed that when I've infused my imagination in everything that I do that is generally considered boring, then I'm able to get my point across much more effectively. So what am I referencing? When I put my source energy in a simple comment, reply, I really mean that shit. If I reply to your fucking comment, dog, I'm like, what's up? Thank you. You, like anything. I'm OD with this shit now. I done figured it out. Spread love like I'm from Brooklyn. And I know Biggie, but I don't. But I got an imagination. So there's a lot of people that's going to be timid, and a lot of people that's going to be like low-key evil, and well, I don't trust that person. I don't like that person. And you are source energy. Your jealousy, your observation of another entity was never the point of your existence. However, the mind control and the inundation of expectations of socialization, and then the consciousness invasion of agents and more agent provocateurs and more misinformation to perpetuate an enemy, right? An enemy, but never represent or speak to the enemy within. Because if you adjust and address the enemy within, the enemy without can't exist. Because the peace and the inner peace is something that is tangible when it's not shared as a meme online, read in a book, and really prophesizing and proselytizing on how deep that sentence was that you just read. Okay, attraction. Some other shit is coming to the surface because, man, I feel like Freddie Jackson and Luther Vandross and Teddy Pendergrass all in one about all of the love that's about to be made in 2021, all of the passion that's about to be shared. And then I shed a tear. I shed a real tear because it's beautiful. Oh my God. I'm gonna give y'all an example, man. I seen, cause the love and the love that I experience is of energy and frequency and vibration within my heart. It's the type of thing that when you see beauty and you don't express it, that's like a rebuke towards the goddess. And generally, if you saw a godly energy and you went to church and God ain't bless you and you ain't even said amen when the pastor said his prayer, the same thing is not complimenting a beautiful woman or acknowledging beauty when you see it. So, of course, it's New Year's Eve, so I guess she decided that I'm gonna be real sparkly today. And I'm like, you killing it with the sparkles, ma. She had the sparkly mask and sparkly nails, and she hit me with a smile under the mask and things of that nature. I could tell it was a smile because I seen it in her eyes. She hit me with the smiles. I said, okay. But generally, it was this lady in front of us, so I gotta tell y'all this because this shit was real. She had, this was the energy before it. She had like one of them ices with multiple flavors. And she had multiple things of food, multiple like Cheetos and just various things. And I think she had multiple cards that she was paying with, so she had multiple orders. And then like she had to get her food on her EBT, but of course she needed two packs of Newports, so you can't get the Newports on the EBT, so she got to get her 2 packs of Newports. Long story short, we standing in there for a while, and shorty in front of me, she's sparkly. I mean, she's sparkly and she beautiful, right? With the mask on. That's different, right? That's you fellas, sisters, y'all know how it is when the mask can't even hide the beauty. When it's just effervescent and glowing and flowing and growing and showing, you understand? So the line is long and she frustrated. I'm not frustrated because I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm just giving offerings and things of that nature, and everything happens within divine timing when you on schedule with your self. So long story short, she gets to her order. She said, I need a 6-pack of raw cones. I need 10 on 2. Right? I got somewhere to go. She paying with her card. And it's taking longer than usual. Maybe it took 1 second longer than usual, and shorty snapped. God damn, fuck, hurry the fuck up, shit. I'm like, whoa. And she looked at me because I complimented her earlier. I gave her such positive energy, and she didn't send that energy out to me, but she put it out. And it was uncalled for. So she looked at me, she said, I'm sorry, I apologize. I said, shit, I get it. There's a long ass line, sis. And the people in front of us was tweaking. They was doing way too much and they had way too little. You feel? So yeah. So Law of Attraction, bringing disease to the surface. How you gonna be in love, in true love, ladies, with that anger at the source of your shit? I know I'm talking to somebody, so I don't even care. I know I'm talking to somebody, so I don't even care. If you're going into 2021 angry, then you're not going into 2021 connected to source. Because it ain't no such thing as anger making your heart beat. No, that's love and beauty and effervescence and joy and satisfaction and to be able to experience the passionate love making that's about to take place in 2021, you gotta have a heartbeat. And the source energy that provides that heartbeat is source. Not anger, not attitudes. And it's not even an attitude. Fuck the attitude. It ain't about angry black women. It's about core hurt that's not being treated or examined or healed. It is being suppressed, repressed, and depressed. And it's more beauty because the beauty is there. When I say the beauty was there, I know she was going to have a good time. And I know she was feeling good. But it could be 1 second too soon, and the shit that you're trying to suppress, it erupts. And I say all of this to say, it don't have to be that way. It really don't. Why? Another point. When you remove the anger and you deal with source, then you are energetically ready, emotionally ready for the love and the passion. When you are really angry, you're not really loving the person that you want to love, right? You want to love, you want to be present, you want to be happy and joyous and appreciative and grateful and sexy and feminine and all of these particular things, but you're not going to ever be that being angry at the core, because that core is like a layer of truth. I honestly understand it, and I feel it, and I get it. But as a man, and as men, and as people, as human beings, let's not go into 2021 hurting people because we hurt people. Let's give that person that you with the benefit of the doubt of the need of love and some fly shit happening to them because they in a relationship. Not a perpetual ass kissed or expectation not met. Like, let's really examine ourselves as laws of attraction before we start being creatures of reaction. See, this is why I know Spirit be working with me and Spirit be talking through me, because where the fuck did that come from? You tell me, because I don't fucking know. It just fits that way. And trust me, I'm not here to ramble or go on and on. I'm just specifically in tune with what needs to be said moving into 2021. And I don't need no clout. I don't need no recognition. You don't need to tell nobody about it. You don't need to sign up for my class. You don't need to book a reading. You don't need to do shit. You need to understand that you fucking source energy first. And live your life, my nigga. My nigstress. If you can't get with that, if you can't understand that, man, that's tough. That's tough. Because within the mysteries of Source is so much love, is so much passion, that if people around you is not tapped into Source, you ain't going to be nothing but frustrated. You ain't going to be nothing but held back. Because the reality is that when I go into, it's like, for real, it's like when I go to sleep, it's like this door. And and it's always a chick, she got on a hood or whatever, she got her hands up like this, she telling me to be quiet, and I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing, I'm quiet, what's up? She like, follow me. I'm like, where are we going? She like, we about to fuck. I'm like, whoa. It's a few of us back here. We waiting on you. Wait a second. Yeah. I'm like, hold on. And generally, that's really how it is. And what I'm giving an example of is, that's an analogy for Source. It's your wildest desires so let me make sense of it so you don't think I'm just like this crazy ass freak, never mind, let me digress. So there has to be an engine for your heartbeat. So when you reference the heart, you get the symbol of love, correct? So what is love? Fucking. Does that make sense, or is that complicated? Well, let me say it again. We all have a heart that beats. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. So get in your iPhone and go to your emojis and search for the heart emoji, and you're going to get a heart emoji. Now Google the symbol for love, and you'll see the image of a fucking heart. So when you reference heart beating, that's more or less like smacking guts and things of that nature. Macaroni and cheese and shit. That's why the motions of the oceans and the repetitions of sex is similar to a heartbeat. To which, when we try to mimic, not even us, dogs, fucking lizards, they try to mimic what it is to be in love or to procreate, right? To even create, right? You create through sex. So our primal example of creation would be that of a child. How the fuck do you have a child? Well, no pun intended, you fuck. So when you reference spiritual truth, it's a sexual domain to which, in order for me to speak the way that I've been speaking 2020, I had to go through my Pascal Beverly initiation. Had to. Or else those visions and those dreams where y'all come to me and y'all be like, well, I'm giving you all this pussy. I say, wait a second. That's not what we're here for. I get up. I walk around. That's why I drink a lot of water, so y'all can't catch me. And they be like, you always think like you got a dream. Well, dreaming is part of a level of illusion, a level of astral. What I'm referencing is source. So without source, you don't even get the astral. The light show to your imagination is provided through source energy. So if you are manifesting for astral realities, that's just a level. The higher level is found in the lowest level, which is creation in reality. But you have to understand the process from the inception. You incept this situation through source. So how do you incept it? Through sex and love and the mysteries that come without it. Now, generally, if you don't understand the fruit of sex, which is conversation, communication, support in your dreams, support in your vision, support in your everyday, real love, real passion, real understanding, the ability to blend bloodlines and things of that nature, blend families and feel worthy of companionship and worthy within your flaws and all of these particular things, never having to oppress a person as long as you live, having a person that you're going to grow old with. All of these things are indicative and primary to spiritual development. However, if your heart not open, if you got anger at the root of it, meaning that you might pop off if the energy go 1 second too long, you really not ready. And that's not a slight, that's not a jab, that's an indication of what the fuck you need to be working on moving into 2021. It's quite simple and quite beautiful when you think about it, that as soon as you clean out of your anger, you are in the realm of attraction, because the body is the greatest detector, it's the greatest healer, it's the greatest magician. But if your energy is centered on impurities, if your energy is centered on falsehoods and ideologies, and your energy ain't centered on biology, what is the simple biology of humanity? That we are 70% water. So what makes this energy a lot more simpler, what I am a byproduct of, is the ingestion of gallons of water daily. It's a necessity. However, it's a couple of other things that I deal with, and that's why I have classes, so I can explain those things in detail, because I just don't be wanting to bore y'all here on Instagram and YouTube. So with all that being said, I feel as though my TED Talk is over. I hope you gain something from that, because generally I come from the heart and I leave no stone unturned. So there is nothing more to say after this. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know. Y'all enjoy y'all 2021. Peace.